Good day, everybody. My name is Amadou, and I am here today with my fellow co-founders Dinesh and Naman. We are the co-founders of Klypt.AI, which is one of the latest innovative solutions out there that is designed to revolutionize the way video workflow managements take place by leveraging AI technology to help the creative process even further and reduce the administrative side necessary in video content management and development. Today, we're here talking to you about the solution and also really to kind of showcase the problem that we felt was necessary to be addressed in this space. Everyone's talking about AI replacing jobs. But what if we told you we're building AI that makes humans better at their jobs? As a matter of fact, we are designed a solution with Klypt.AI that is designed to actually help the professional enhance the work that they do, which is what we believe AI was designed to be doing in the first place. So first, I'll give you a little bit of a background story on myself. So as I said, my name is Amadou. I come from a background of marketing communications where I've always been passionately obsessed with user experiences and journeys. My whole ethos is that whatever tools that you apply into work that you do, it should be improving the lives and the workspaces of the people who you work with and whom you work for. I'm joined today by my colleagues Dinesh and Naman, who I'll let introduce themselves to you directly. So have a few words, Dinesh.
Hi, my name's Dinesh, as Amadou alluded to. I guess the best way to describe me is technologist, and I love solving problems, especially problems that make businesses more productive. And I guess the other component is using technology to solve problems which significantly increases the efficiency of business processes. So in a nutshell, that's me. I'm going to hand over to our co-founder, Naman.
Hello guys, Naman here. I would like to introduce myself as an engineer. As like Dinesh mentioned, like he is a techie guy. He solves the problem. He is work on those problems. As an engineer, similar kind of role I would say, but very differently. We get deeper into the code, and now we are talking about the AI part mainly. So as you correctly mentioned, that AI was meant to be our partner or like our colleague actually. It should be helping us. It should be like levitating. It should be helping us levitating our like whatever is there, whether we are just like going with some writing or whether we are going with some like kind of like advanced technology. It was never meant to like take our job. It was always meant for making our jobs easier. And that is where we come in the picture with Clip. We all three are like working on a plan wherein actually you would be utilizing AI as your not using, I would say you would be like collaborating with the AI to get something useful that will actually help on you focus on your creative side rather than just like your mundane stuff that you are doing on daily basis. So here we are doing the same for you guys.
Couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for that introduction, Naman and Dinesh. Really, it's just exactly what we aim here for. So, to everybody else out there, but want to also kind of go back to the theme of our podcast, of this content series that we've got here. It's really about helping you all understand how to make AI more useful in your lives. As we all know by now, ChatGPT is everywhere. It's almost become synonymous with how AI is viewed around the world. But the reality of it is, ChatGPT is only a fraction of the AI equation and what's out there in terms of AI and the powers behind it. It's great as a knowledge retrieval tool, but there's a lot more behind that and a lot of the other solutions that are out there, which we feel that if everybody is able to actually gather how to use them, it could benefit not only yourselves, but the workplaces that you work in around you. So today, we wanted to just kind of talk about why we came to this conclusion of creating Klypt.AI and what benefits that we see out there that AI can actually help with people. And I'll share with you first my initial idea. I originally had this wild and crazy idea to build an AI agent solution designed for video workflow management because of a beauty brand that I own. I own a company called Woolly Hair Care. We make hair care products here in Australia for people with curly and wavy hair. A couple of months ago, I was working with a video editor and we had an interesting problem on our hands. We wanted to create a new creative video for testing on digital advertising that was completely based off of B-roll footage that we had gathered from a previous exercise earlier in the year. There was about 100 B-roll footages available to us that are about 5 to 10 seconds apiece. And we just couldn't figure out which would be the best clips to use for this 45-second video that we ultimately wanted to produce. If you can imagine 100 video clips at about 10 seconds a clip, That's well over about 100 minutes plus of footage that she would have had to sit there and literally go through minute by minute to figure out which ones had the best scenes and the best dialogue to actually work with for us to work with. And just realized it wasn't a feasible thing. It would have meant she had to sit there as a video editor for over a week in time to find time and really be able to connect the dots as to which footage was going to be ideally placed. So what had me thinking, because some AI was something I've been working quite a lot with in the background on some tasks, what if AI was able to help simplify this for us? What if AI was capable of taking that folder of all of those video clips and actually being able to understand what's going on in each one of them and catalog it so that we have a much faster reference as to what we have available to us? Then I took it a step further and wondered the question, what if AI was able to actually help us figure out which footages were the best to be using for the video concept that we had in our minds to create? And working around with the few solutions in the background, we managed to create a very scrappy prototype that actually worked. And what it did for my video editor is effectively turn her job from being a 1.5 week process into just 3 hours. Now, you might think to yourself, isn't that a bad thing? Doesn't that mean she can't charge more for the work that she's doing to you? Truth is, no. It's actually a great thing. And the reason is, it now frees her up to do more work. It means that instead of her taking on 1 or 2 clients and being absorbed in the world of just those 1 or 2 clients, she now has the ability to take on 4, 5, 6 clients if she wants to, and still get the work done and flex her creativity in a much bigger and grander way without being bogged down by the administrative side of video production. So this was the catalyst that made me realize AI could be a huge support system for the video industry out here. And which is why myself and my co-founders here, Dinesh and Naman, came together and brought our ideas from me on the user experience side to Naman on the engineering side, and of course Dinesh on the architectural development side of the whole platform. But without that, I want to just kind of roll into again a little bit more insights from my fellow co-founders for you to learn about why AI has had so many challenges and how we can actually overcome them. So Dinesh, talk to me. What was your first experience with AI like that actually disappointed you when you were using the system?
There's been a variety of use cases that we've been using AI for, and some of them have been relatively successful, but then there's been other use cases where we've applied it, I guess, from an individual use case perspective, where it didn't actually deliver what I was looking for. So I have another company called Celux, and what we're trying to do is identify a go-to-market strategy and develop a AI-based solution to obtain find and target customers and get engagement with them. Now, while doing that, as in founder, trying to get customer details to allow us to better target customers and have conversations and engagement with them, collating that data before you can actually connect with a customer was a big challenge. The data is spread all over the place, and when you ask AI to collate that data, it comes back, it's sporadic, it's unclear, and just not sufficient to be able to identify who to connect with. That was my use case. That's still disappointing me to this day. But then there's so much manual effort required to add initially collected data to be able to figure out who you should be connecting with as a customer. That was a use case that still disappoints me, unfortunately. But we are getting better at it.
It's true. We are getting there. And it's just like, it's a hard thing to get your head around. But once you're able to actually understand how AI can help you with leveraging this stuff, it can simplify the whole process so incredibly. Now, Naman, I want to talk to you. From a software engineering perspective, why do most AI implementations fail technically in your view? Because we have so many clients out there, so many different people out there who are trying to apply AI into their systems. And sure, the big guys and big corporations have huge teams that are able to help with this. But a lot of the small guys out there are trying to implement AI into their workflows, but they're just not really able to quite understand it. So what do you think is one of the biggest gaps from an engineering perspective or a software perspective that's stopping people from being able to apply that?
From those perspective, if I would say it is mainly everyone is considering AI as just a machine. just another machine or a tool out there that you can just command and it will give you whatever you want. Like they are considering it more as a magic wand. You
Yeah.
just like wave your wand and you will get the answers. I kind of like think differently, or like the team over here think a bit differently over here, considering it is not just not your magic wand. For sure it can do magical stuff over there, it can do what you never thought about,
Yeah.
can do very quickly in a like jiffy as well. But the main thing behind AI you need to understand, as like I mentioned previously as well, we need to consider it as a colleague, not a tool or machine. Whenever you have anything, like whatever you do right now, you have any query, you just go do chat gpt, go to claude, and there are multiple tools. You just go and just like give a very very brief of your like context and you expect everything to happen. Even with the tooling system, like when in the engineering people come to us like we have this kind of problem or we would like to have AI integrated so that it solves our problem, but what they lack is they lack the context. We need to provide the context over there. AI works way too well if you give the enough context to it.
Mm.
If you do not give, it is like just like your colleague, it is just like your friend. If you are going to them for an advice, they would need a background. If you are not giving them background, for sure you would expect a way too worse kind of advice from them. So just consider AI as your pal, as your like colleague, whatever you do in your real life. It is a real life model, I would say. AI is nothing else, just your friend. Treat it as a friend, not just a machine. If you just keep doing it, treating it as a machine, it will fail you. And actually it is failing many of the founders as of now in the industry, because they are missing that part, that context part. That is the most crucial thing in the AI industry.
Mm-hmm.
And once you, I guess, figure it out for you, it will actually work for you.
I couldn't have said it better. That was absolutely spot on, Naman, because I can see how that works even when it comes to somehow some of my peers in the e-commerce space or the retail merchant space operate. I've had friends of mine who've said to me that they use like ChatGPT by literally trying to come up with new creative solution, new creatives for ideas for ads that they're running on Facebook. And what they'll do is they'll go into ChatGPT and say, create 5 ideas for a skincare brand, and come up with the script and come up with the tagline and blah 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 blah. It's like, well, if you just tell it to create a bunch of scripts for a generic skincare brand, that's what it's going to do. It's going to give you a bunch of generic information. And then if you're expecting to use that, how is that going to benefit you as a business? Whereas my approach has been like, for example, if I'm going to be working with something like ChatGPT or one of the other platforms like Manus, which I love dearly, I'm going to say to it, okay, here is what my brand is about. This is what we stand for. This is the tone of voice. This is the audience. This is who buys from us. This is what they like to buy. This is usually when they like to buy. And this is the main reasons why they're buying from me. Now, based on all this information, I want you to now look at creating me 3 or 5 video concept ideas for an ad on Facebook. Must be maximum 45 seconds long in dialogue, and they're going to be filmed probably in my house near my kitchen. If I've given it all that information, then it knows what parameters it has to work with, what restrictions that I have from filming the content, and what I'm hoping to achieve and who I'm hoping to achieve it for. And then it gives me all the tools that I need to then flex my creativity. And that's probably one of the biggest things. I mean, to add on to what you just said, Naman, I feel so many people are missing. They're using AI as a machine and not as a friend. You need to use AI and the idea that it's there to enhance your creativity. It's not there to overtake your creativity. In this case of Klypt, I see so many of these video professionals who are out there either nervous that AI is going to come and take their jobs because they're going to be able to use prompts to create an entire new video footage, or the AI is going to do the full editing process for them so that they don't even have to do any actual work. They just have to put in a video clip and the AI can then just generate the final concept for them. Well, I think our answer as a team has been that's not realistic, because that's requiring the AI to do something that is inherently human, and that's to be creative. Creativity isn't just a one-off thing. It requires being able to take a whole bunch of information from a whole bunch of different sources that make no sense and making sense of it and combining it into something. And so if you're trying to get a computer to do that, it just doesn't have the bandwidth. But if the computer can help stimulate, then there it is. If there's one piece of advice that I would even give to anybody who's out there watching this today, if you want to understand just how good AI can be, think about writing something. Think about writing a letter or an email. You probably have an idea of what you want to say in this written document, but you just don't know how to get the words started on paper correctly. Use AI for that to help you either come up with the first draft or even just write the first opening paragraph that's impactful. Because once you have that, then you have the base of how to build your story. And you, as the human, can flex your creativity to make that even more incredible. Yeah, I mean, that's my view on it. But Dinesh, is there anything you wanted to add on to that?
I think I'll just concur with what both you and Naman have said. I guess the key component there for me is basically context. Context is key. Providing AI the context actually helps it understand the application of your use case. And that leads me on to use case. So the next piece, I guess, from a business process perspective or a use case perspective is understanding the use case. When you understand the use case, you can think and allow AI to be able to understand the use case, and the human can contribute in terms of filling in those creativity gaps. So context and use case understanding are fundamental to getting the best outcome.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Which is where I guess Klypt.AI comes in and provide the use case where you can fill in the AI piece and the human piece all together in a single process flow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. I mean, there's three key messages I think that we can leave our discussion on here today is to really help people understand that imagine spending your time creating instead of organizing. That's what the power of AI is capable of doing, and that's what Klypt has been designed to do. Imagine if AI was able to understand your content like you do, so that you can then just focus again on purposing it properly into what it is into the ultimate vision that you've created for the story you want to tell. And last, remember that technology amplifies human creativity. It doesn't overtake it, at least not yet. If you ask us personally, we just don't see as a team that AI or technology in general is going to get to that what they call sentient being capacity anytime soon. There's a huge road ahead for that. So while we're still here today, we use AI to better ourselves and improve human development and human creativity. So with that, I close this today by first thanking my fellow co-founders for joining us on our very first ever content piece. We hope if you're watching this out there, you've been able to gain some insight and really just gain some confidence about how AI can improve and better your own workflow. And we also welcome you to visit our website, Klypt.AI, and you'll see that link in the bottom of this video as well. And if you're dealing with video workflow challenges, sign up to our beta system, sign up to our beta test waitlist. So that way you can stay in tune when we do have our platform ready to go, and you can be one of the first people to see how AI can revolutionize your workflow. Next video, we're going to be talking about 5 questions to ask before implementing AI. And we invite any comments you may have from this video so we can jump into that as part of our context of the next one. Thanks so much, guys. Naman, Dinesh, always an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time today. And yeah, look forward to sharing more insights to everybody out there in the universe.
Great. Thank you, Amadou. Thank you, Naman.